Hello children, how are you? Now today we are again here to learn something more about ray optics. In our last module we have seen lens formula, combination of lens, what is the use of combination of lens that we have seen. I hope you all understood well. Now today we are going to learn what is dispersion of light. What is dispersion of light? This new term I want to explain here. Dear children, for that I am taking a device called prism. Do you think that a prism may be of this shape? So dear children, you may see here, I want to show you. Here it is a prism. Here it is a prism. Here we can say this angle is called angle of prism. Here are the two refracting surface are there. Suppose when the sunlight enters on a one face of a prism, we can see on the other side of the prism 7 different colors are there, and that 7 different colors are called a visible spectrum. For that we can say with Gure, we'll see later on. Now, so what is prism? Prism is something like this, just to show you. Here is a front face of our prism, ABC. Now here it is the A shape, AP. Here it is BC, or I can say this is QR. Make this like in this manner. Here ABC is the front face, PQR is the back face. So a prism is a portion of transparent medium. It is a portion of a transparent medium. Portion of a transparent medium bounded by the two plane faces, bounded by the two plane faces, bounded by the two plane faces, incident to each other, incident to each other at a suitable angle, at a suitable angle, at a suitable angle. Here, dear children, you can see ABQP and ACRP are the two reflecting faces. Draw this figure. Angle A is refracting angle or angle of prism. You see just above the line AP, where the two reflecting faces meet, is called the refracting edge of the prism. This is called refracting edge. These are the refracting faces. ABC is a principal section of the prism. It is the principal section of the prism. It is clear? So now I am going to derive Here a prism formula, it's a very, very important article we are going to see. So dear children, write down here how we can derive the derivation of a prism formula. Let us see. Our problem is to derive the formula. Now, derivation of a prism formula. It's a very important question, dear children. Derivation of a prism formula. Here. For that, we have to see how with the help of prism we can see the reflection through a prism. We are going to see first reflection through a prism. Reflection through a prism. First we are going to see this. Here it is a prism. Of a front section is A, B and C. Is that clear? It is the front section of our prism, where I can say it is the principal section of the prism with the angle of prism is A. A ray of light, say this KL. A ray of light KL is incident on this face AB of the prism. Say at an angle, it is the normal here N1 O. Here N1 it is O. At an angle of incidence I1, it bends towards the normal because this is air medium. Here the glass medium which is dense. So bends towards the normal, say along LM. So reflected along LM at an angle R1. Here it is the angle R1. R1. The reflected ray LM incident at angle R2. Here it is say another normal. Here it is N2O. It incident here is R2. Here is R2. On the face AC of the prism. Here it will bend away because it is going from denser to the rarer medium. Bend away from the normal N2O and emerges along MN at an angle I2. Here is I2. So here we can see there are two reflections at a point L and M respectively. This is the reflection through a prism. In passing through the prism, the ray KL here suffers two reflection at L and M and turn through an angle. Just you proceed here like this. So here it is Q, or when just back to it. Here is P. QPN, it is called angle of deviation. Angle QPN is equal to angle delta. It is called angle of deviation. Here, write down. This is angle of deviation. Okay, now in the triangle PLM, what is that? It is the external angle delta. That is equal to PLM plus PML. PLM, sum of the two internal opposite angle, PML. It is clear, this is delta. So how can we write here? Delta is equal to PLM. Here and here, this PLM must be equal to I1 minus R1. Similarly, PML is equal to I2 minus R2. I1 minus R1 plus I2 minus R2. It is clear? So here it is. So I can write here I1 plus I2 minus of R1 plus R2. This is delta. Say this is our equation number 1. This is our equation number 1. In the triangle OLM, sum of all the three angles, delta of O plus delta of R1 plus delta of R2 is equal to 180 degree. This is our equation number 2. In a quadrilateral ALOM, the angle L and angle L plus angle M is equal to 180 degree. Because each angle L and M is 90 degree. Each angle here it is 90 degree. Angle A plus angle O. Angle A plus angle O is also 180 degree because sum of the angle of quadrilateral is 360 degree. So I can write this. Angle A plus angle O is equal to sum of the four angles of quadrilateral is 360 degree. So I can write here, dear children. Now, using our equation number 2, this is angle of O plus angle of R1 plus angle of R2. That is equal to angle of A plus angle of O. Say this is our equation number 3. 1 and 2 and 3 को compare करिए. Angle of A plus angle of O. O may be cancelled out. So here you are getting R1 plus R2 is equal to angle A. Here. Say this is our equation number 3A. Now put this value in 1. Put this value in 1. So we are getting here delta is equal to I1 plus I2 minus R1 plus R2 is A. Say this is our equation number 4. Write down. Then dear children, who tells me we have seen laws of refraction of light, or in that laws of refraction of light also we know that what is Snell's law? Who will give the answer? Sir, yes, I can give the answer. So dear children, stand up and give the answer. According to the Snell's law, what is Snell's law? Mu is equal to sine of I1 divided by sine of R2. Sine of I1 divided by sine of R1. Sorry, here it is R1. When the angles are small, so I can say when the angles are small, I can write sine theta is equal to theta. So mu comes out to be I1 divided by R1. So I1 is equal to mu R1. Similarly, I2 is equal to mu R2. Here, I can write this. So I1 and I2 is equal to this one. Put both the values in equation number 4. Delta is equal to mu R1 minus mu R2 minus A. So delta is equal to mu may be taken out. R1 plus R2 minus A. We have earlier seen R1 plus R2 with equation 3A. It is A. Mu into A minus A. So this comes out to be mu minus 1 into A. So this is our equation number 5. So that we have seen that it is due to the reflection we are getting such type of results. Angle of incidence and angle of prism we are getting this one. Now we are going to see what is our prism formula. So dear children, our problem is to derive the prism formula here. For that, derivation of a prism formula, derivation of a prism formula here. Derivation of a prism formula we are going to learn. Prism formula. Here I am drawing a diagram in between angle of incidence and angle of deviation. Angle of incidence in this direction. Angle of incidence I. And angle of deviation in this direction. We are getting this type of graph. What this graph suggests us? When the angle of incidence increases initially on a prism, angle of incidence increases, the angle of deviation decreases. Here tak. This figure shows that angle of deviation delta with angle of incidence I, when I is increased, delta decreases, as we can see, and it reaches a minimum, value. It reaches here a minimum value and then increases again. It reaches a minimum value and increases again. Again बढ़ रहा है, आप आगे देखिए एंगल ऑफ इंसिडेंस हम बढ़ा रहे हैं, again it is going increases. So for one value of delta, here you can say, for one value of delta, there are two angles of incidence. There are two angles of incidence here. For one value of delta, say this is, here is the delta. The two value of angle of incidence, one is I1 and another one is I2. For one value of delta, say this, there are two angle of incidence. There are two angle of incidence. That is I1 and I2. However, at minimum deviation, where delta is equal to delta m, where delta is equal to delta m, when delta is equal to delta m here, this is the value here, delta is equal to delta m. What we are observed, I1 is equal to I2. I1 is equal to I2. That is equal to I. When I1 is equal to I2, at that time the angle of refraction is also equal. R1 is equal to R2. That is R. So I1 is equal to I2 or R1 is equal to R2. See here. So with the help of this graph, what we saw, again I am repeating, when I increases, delta decreases. It reaches a minimum value here. It reaches a minimum value. And then I increases, delta again increases. For one value of delta, there are two angles of incidence, say I1 and I2. At minimum deviation here, where I1 and I2 is equal to I, so R1 is equal to R2 also equal to R. So with the help of our equation number 3, put R1 is equal to R. So you will get R1 is equal to R, R2 is equal to R, that is equal to A. So here you can say R is equal to A by 2. And from equation number 4, delta is equal to angle of minimum deviation. I1 is equal to I, I2 is equal to I, so you can write I plus I minus A. That is 2I minus A. This is delta here. So dear children, I can say delta of M is equal to 2I minus A. So I can say delta A plus delta M is equal to 2I. So I is equal to A plus delta M by 2 here. Now again we use the Snell's law. Again I am asking, what is Snell's law? According to the law of refraction of light, we know very well Snell's law, that is the refractive index of a prism material. Refractive index of a prism material. Mu. That is equal to sine of I divided by sine of R. Put the value of I and R, just we calculated. A plus delta M by 2 divided by sine of A by 2. This is the required formula. Or it is called prism formula. Dear children, it is a 5 marks question for your CBSE examination. So prepare your notes accordingly with the help of this blackboard and write down. Now, we are going to see one more article here, that is dispersion of light. Dispersion of light. What is that? As I told you earlier in the beginning of this module, when we take a prism and when the sunlight enters through a prism from one face, then we will get 7 different colors, constituent colors. That spectrum is called Vibgyor, that is dispersion of light. That phenomenon is called dispersion of light. So I can say dispersion of light is the phenomenon of splitting of a beam of white light. Phenomenon of splitting of a beam of white light into its constituent colors. On passing through a prism. Passing through an prism. So, the band of seven colors so obtained is called visible spectrum. And the order of the color that I told you, Vibgyor. Here. What do you mean by Vibgyor? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. We may write here violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. These are the seven colors here. Violet color you can see deviates through a maximum angle. It deviates through a maximum angle. And the red color, which is here, the red color deviates through the minimum angle. Is it clear? Deviates through the minimum angle. The violet, it is the maximum angle, and the red color through the minimum angle. Write down. Is it clear? Write down. Now, what is the cause of dispersion? What is the cause of dispersion? Just we are discussing here. What is the cause of dispersion? Now, dear children, this is our front section of prism ABC, in which a white light is coming through the one face. Here is the white light. Then we are getting here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. 7 different colors we are getting in this manner. Here. Here is we are getting 7 different colors on this screen, and here is the violet and here is the red color. This is called a VIBGYOR or visual spectrum hour. Each color has its own characteristics wavelength lambda. हर कलर का अपना अपना वेवलेंथ होता है लैम्डा. Now, according to the Cauchy is a scientist name, he theoretically suggests that the refractive index mu of a material depends on the wavelength, and that is equal to A plus B by lambda squared plus C by lambda की power 4. It's a theoretical result where A, B, C are constant, where A, B and C are constant. The mu of a material is different for the different colors. Mu of a material, it is different for the different material. Remember it. And we know very well delta is equal to mu minus 1 into A. Delta is equal to mu minus 1 into A. Thus mu is different for the different colors. Therefore, different colors deviates through a different angles. Different color deviates through a different angles on passing through the prism. Hence, when the seen edges separate, this is the cause of dispersion where lambda of V is less than to that of lambda of R. Wavelength कम होता है इसका, तो refractive index of violet is greater than to that of refractive index of red. Hence, deviation is more in violet than that of red. This is the region here. So maximum deviation is a violet color. That is why the violet color is at the lower end of the spectrum and red color is the upper end of the spectrum. Is it clear? So dear children, this is all about today. Okay.